Hello and welcome to today's episode. Today's episode, we are going to have a look at a pizza. And not just any pizza, we have got this from the Co-op. Now, the shocking thing is what it is at full price at the Co-op. So, luckily enough, I didn't pay full price. So, we get to try it out and then we can compare a more expensive pizza against all our cheap ones that we're going to do. So, you can have a look and see what this pizza is like. It comes in a flashy box. This is full price. £4.50. Where I live, I can get an 8-inch pizza freshly made for that much. But I paid £1.12. So on the other side, we have the usual, buy this pizza because it's done by a big family and therefore it is going to be good. No guarantee on that. There's the cooking times. This is not frozen, so we're looking over at this timing, 10 to 12 minutes. Now remember, if you have a fan assisted oven, it may take a lot less time. Right, there we go. Now, this is quite a heavy pizza. It doesn't look it when you look at it, but it seems to be quite heavy. And a bit about the family, which we don't really need, do we? Are we buying it because, do you know who this family is? It could be anyone. So this is a Co-op pizza. So we already know it's more expensive than any other place that you can get it because the Co-op isn't all that cheap. So it comes in this plastic. So hopefully you can see through the plastic. So I'll have to see if this is all going to go into my oven because it isn't that big inside. So that's a spoon, standard size spoon. So it's almost 2 spoon lengths across because it doesn't actually say how big, it doesn't say how many inches it is across. So that's what the pizza looks like uncooked. So now we'll take it out the plastic, we'll go and cook it for the length of time that it needs, then we'll come back and I will show you what it looks like then, and then we'll have a quick taste. I hope I'm going to like it. I'm not really into barbecue, so we hope it isn't going to be too overpowering in the barbecue flavour. So we'll see what it's like and we'll get it into the, I have a, well, it is a fan oven, but it cooks stuff really, really quickly. So let's see how long it takes to cook and what it looks like when we're done. Okay, now we've cooked the pizza and I've cut half of it into some pieces. I don't know how I'm going to pick it up because all of the cheese and all of the juices are all like drip when you move it. So I'll show you what it looks like as a whole. And then we'll try and pick it up. That may not go very well. So let's get closer. Okay, are we ready? Let's turn you around. Some of the pizza, like over here, doesn't have any because it all was over there and wouldn't move. It was like super glued into place. I tried cutting a bit. That was a bit that I cut. So some bits have a lot more chicken on than others. So that is it cooked. 10 minutes. Okay. Sorry about the light, but that is all the light I have. So let's try and get a piece off. As you see, we'll put that on a bit that hasn't got any on. I'm the only one eating this, so I'm just a little worried about anything sliding off. So the base is pretty nice. It is fairly thin. But as a whole, that base really is nice. It doesn't have much colour, and it was on my griddle, so the heat comes from top and bottom at the same time, but it didn't colour it all that much on the bottom. And of course, you can't turn the pizza over when it's cooking. So either I'm not getting a lot of barbecue or a lot of spicy, but I can't really. It's hard to put your finger on it. I don't really buy barbecue items. You know, I don't have like Hunter's chicken, which comes with a barbecue sauce, because I'm not really into something that might be that way. What I do like is that the toppings go all the way to the edge of the pizza. Because normally what happens is you'll get them and they'll stop a centimetre or an inch away from the end of the pizza. That bit will get rock hard when you cook it, and therefore you're just eating the bit that's around it, unless you like crunchy bits, which I don't. I much prefer it being having something all the way to the end. So as a whole, it's the base is really nice, you know. Instead of a barbecue spicy, I'm getting more of a sweet flavour. So I'm going to see how much of this I can eat, because this is my tea. But as a whole, that isn't bad. It's a decent size, but I still think it's really pushing £4.50 for it. I've had much better shop made pizzas that have cost less than £4. Yeah, they might be smaller, but they sometimes have a bit more topping on them. There is bits of the pizza where there is only cheese, so you can just about see the base through it. You know, so you know, as I said, half the pizza didn't have any chicken on. There is a very fine tomato, but it's like they put little, you know, they have a roller that puts little indentations in the pizza when it's pulled out, and they go across it, and well, it's like I can see that through the cheese. The cheese is nice. There's just, I don't taste very much on the cheese. I taste more now, since I've had a whole piece and I've given it some time. I now feel the slight spiciness. I've got it on the back of my throat. But it's not hot. It's not overpowering yet. Might be after a few more slices. But yeah, there is a lot of meat, and you can see the meat. But it could have been cut smaller and spread over more of the pizza, and you could still have the same amount of meat. It's that the meat is visible, but just not on every single slice that you're going to get. So I'm not going to mark the pizza. That's for you to decide. So I'll give you another look at the pizza. You see how this bit, that's very thin to the base. And then we get a bit down here, which is thin to the base. That you decide what marks you would give it. Put it down in the comment section. Tell me what you think. As a whole, I doubt I would pay £4.50 for it. But then the Co-op is rather expensive to buy things from. For the size of the pizza, it is a decent size, but when you look at it, it's like looking at a Domino's or a Pizza Hut. There's not massive amount of topping on. And especially when you're paying £4.50, you can buy a lot of topping. Physically, you can buy a cheap pizza and get a whole bag of cheese and put it on the top and still be less. And so, yeah, the cheese is very unidentifiable. You've got the meat, you've got the thing, but you're not got a thicker coating of cheese. So overall, it isn't bad, but for £1.12, it's fine. That's a decent price for it. But for £4.50, I can't see why you would spend £4.50 on it, unless your pizza place where you live is very expensive. So with that, I will see you on the next episode, and we will look at more food. So until then,